Pranakasha live stream. Hi folks, it's Matt at Pranakasha Productions, and today we are doing something different in that I am having my weekly lesson with my teacher, Benjamin Louwersheimer, and we are working on the last movement of my cello concerto that will be premiered in the Seattle area the final Saturday of June. I believe that's the 24th. Anyway, last Saturday of June. And we are working on the last two pages of the last movement. Aren't we?
Yep, that's what we were signed up for today. Yep.
Okay. Let us proceed. Now, unfortunately, I forgot to announce this at the beginning, so I'm going to have to splice it in, and we'll just pretend that I'm at the beginning right now. All right, so where were we? So I was being chastised for my usual pinching the life out of every single note.
Yeah, because there are so few parts for you to actually stay on a dotted quarter, just rest. The dotted quarter should be a moment of respite, not another moment of gearing up, because you have a lot of moving parts. Let the moving parts move and let the moments of respite be respite. Don't just charge on through, because you'll have nowhere to go.
Okay. So you're saying just relax on them?
Yeah,
like that?
Yeah, exactly. Now try this entire passage starting at letter X. Try it all without vibrato. Try to just figure out a way for your bow to relax and your left hand to just kind of let go. Just try to find a place of letting go.
And just let it resonate.
Yes, let the cello resonate for you.
So, did you see how clunky my arm was going like this?
Yeah, it was.
I got the 271. And I don't get why. See, when I wrote that, I thought it would be easy because it's got the open A string, it's A minor arpeggio, but for whatever reason, I just can't do it.
Use less bow. Yeah,
that
okay.
Was pretty good.
Okay, so you have this memorized, yes? This pattern?
Well, it should. It's an A minor arpeggio.
Yeah, okay. Use your actual eyeballs and watch your bow, and if you can, put a peripheral on the bow arm itself. So look at the string crossings, how it's happening there, and also how your arm is manifesting that.
Okay. So I'm looking down here. Okay. Well, that actually felt way better just by me watching it.
Yeah, so do that again. Now recreate that.
Whoops. That was okay.
Yeah, that was okay. You're just hitting the low note. You need to, as you go lower, you need to condense. French. So can you just try this for me? Isolate each bow, each slur is going to be its own unit. So right now, omit the E natural. Just go da da dum, da da dum, da da dum, ba da da.
Okay.
Just that.
Like that.
Yeah, you're using okay. So you're already using too much bow. Da da dum, ba da dum, da da dum.
Okay, we're gonna get a beautiful resonant sound with not a huge amount of bow. Damn it.
Yeah, your string crossings are too big. So the first three notes in that slur, ba da dum, use this much bow. Da da dum.
Okay. Well, that's easy because there's no string crossing. Like that.
Yeah, keep it on the
beautiful resonance.
keep it on the string. Keep it on the string. Good. Matthew, keep it on the string.
Yes,
Don't
Benjamin.
lift. Don't lift it off the bow. Yeah, that's okay. Just leave it on the string because you will not have time to release.
Oh, I still heard some resonance.
Yeah, no, Yeah, that's the box of the cello. Let it happen.
Okay.
Good. Now the next one. Da-da-dum. No. So like da-da-dum, rest. Ba-da-dum, rest.
Okay. Rest.
Good.
Rest. Rest.
Right. So, okay. Can you just do the A, E, A, da-da-dum? Oh, no. The second grouping. A, E, A.
Oh.
Good, but like that's an up bow, right?
Oops. Sorry.
So don't use your wrist for the string crossing. Try to use see how play the A and the D string at the same time. Bum. Yeah, so now da da da.
Oh,
yes!
right. I'm making way too big a deal of it.
Yeah, good. And then good.
Yeah,
so
and to tell you the truth, actually, what I had in mind with these downward arpeggios is if the two strings kind of blur together a little bit, that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
So yeah, like you just need to make you have to practice these little cells individually so that way you know each cell how it feels in the bow. Now when you go after the A, E, A, da da dum, drop your elbow to get because it needs to go down to the G. Ba-da-dum. So feel gravity. Yeah, no. Isn't that a down bow on the E, C?
Oh, yeah, hold on. So it should be. I think it's that.
Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah,
That's okay. So when you get to the up bow, up, like drop your elbows. Yes, drop your. Yeah, okay, so go A, E, A, E, D, D, E, C, E.
So what did we say the A was? Up bow?
I can't remember. Sorry, my short-term memory.
No, it's down bow. Let's just write it in. The A is officially a down bow now. That's what I have to be able to do.
Don't get in the habit of playing that E natural long. You need to be in the right spot to make sure that you can play those triplets. Da, 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 dee, da, 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 da.
That's what I have to do.
Yeah, exactly. So allow your let your arm. Don't use a ton of bow. Feel condensed, but use your elbow to cross the strings. Because the reason why you're losing your center of gravity because your elbow's not in the right spot, you're trying to use everything through your wrist, and then you're playing faster to try to get somewhere, and there's no sense of gravity, and that's the reason why the strings are scratchy sounding. Condense, ya-da-dum-da-da-dum-da-da-dum. Use your elbow. It's going this way across the strings, down to the C. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Because of this, shouldn't I be closer to the balance point? To do the seesaw? Like
you want to find the spot. You want to find the spot in the bow where your bow balances. That's where you want to be.
So maybe I'm a little too close to the frog. That felt pretty good.
That was better. Like, it's not about being close to the frog or not. You want to be in the lower half, but you don't want to use too much bow on any of the bowed cells.
Okay, here we go. Whoops, I added one, I think.
You added an extra note, that's fine. There you go. That's already a lot. That's already getting better. So A, don't use too much bow. Going side to side is not going to help you when you're doing figurations across the string. If you remember doing Dot Hour 5, this one, that little exercise, that bow stroke is essential here. Granted, this
that's the one I liked, right?
Yeah, yeah, like that is very much
an A. It's an A minor, I think, too.
That's right. So like
that.
Yeah, exactly. What do you know? Keys are related, but it's about the elbow. Use the elbow to cross the strings.
All right, we're gonna back up, and I'm gonna do that little E major approach to it. I think actually it's an E7, isn't it? How was that?
That was already a lot better. It's just like you need to isolate this passage just because you need to make sure that you use the right amount of bow and not just have it be a happy accident that it worked out. So just like make sure that your body memorizes how much bow it needs per unit and how it feels.
This time I'm gonna keep going.
It's all about the elbow, baby.
Oh shit. Unfortunately, I had to fake my way through that. I did it all kind of right.
For some reason, you've gotten really soft all of a sudden.
Let's do that again. Take 2. And then I'm out of the woods. After that, the rest of this bottom part of the page I can play pretty well, I think. It's just these 2 lines right here.
Yeah. Like what I see in this last playthrough is your elbow needs to relax. It needs to guide the bow across the strings in the right spot, but don't chicken wing it. It's the socket of your shoulder. Relax that socket of your shoulder.
Relax. Elbow and socket. Okay, here we go again. E7 approach.
Yeah, okay, don't, like, remember, try to find a place to release. You're trying to make too much drama. The drama will happen because you've already wrote it down. Let it happen.
I am not dramatic, damn it. Oh, F-bomb. Darn it, I'm going to have to bleep that out. Well, I'd give that a 7 out of 10.
That's the idea. Just don't think so much side to side. Think of like just how your whole arm is part of each unit. Don't just think about the forearm, don't just think about the wrist, and don't just think about using the bow lyrically. Like, feel like your whole arm is part of the entire stroke, not just isolated parts.
All right, dare we try the whole thing with the lead up to it?
If you want to, sure, why not?
Oh, another F-bomb. Sorry, folks. I'm not going to swear this time. Well, I would only need about 4 or 5 splices in there.
Yeah, that wasn't bad. Like, that's the idea. It's still the whole shoulder area, and also probably what's not helping matters is that like your left hand is kind of shifting in thrown chunks back and forth. Like, think about the frame of your hand and try to keep it in one consistent frame when you shift instead of changing your frame mid-shift. All one unit.
Plus, it should be more glidey like this, right?
Yeah, just like feel like for this, you're gonna feel like you're gonna be like just for a lot of these like quick back and forth shifts. Kind of feel like allow your whole arm to be relaxed, but also kind of feel like your left hand dictates where the shift goes. You'll feel a lot more accurate. So light in the left hand, light, 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 light.
Okay, dare we try it again? We could even try to back up farther.
Sure.
So that was pretty good, except I still choked that one line, but I sort of half faked it.
Well, I mean, you will have to practice it, unfortunately. So, like, you'll have to just practice it. That'll happen. Like, it's about practicing to make sure that you feel like that sort of that sense of choked or whatever, those parts that make you feel really tense, like that you relax through them.
It's another one of these things where, like, that line actually, from a composer's point of view, was a snap to write because it's basically just A minor arpeggio, and then D minor arpeggio. But then, so it took me like a minute to write it, but now it takes me weeks, months to actually play it well on the cello. It's just kind of funny how that kind of stuff works out.
Yeah. It's always the basics that come back to us.
Okay, so, dare we try this thing? Well, let me do this first. I'm trying to open that out. So that was pretty good, right?
Yeah, that's the idea. Feel it through your arm. There, that was best.
That's supposed to fill the hall. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that was passable, but of course, it sounded like I was scared to death, which I was.
Oh, yeah. What I would suggest for like the future of this thing, as your performance date like approaches, get yourself like metronome markings locked in for each thing that you know that you can get there, and just clock yourself exactly to that metronome, so that way you'll know like this is exactly the speed I need to be at. And that'll help you with your like practice sessions, because you'll know like, okay, like if I exceed this, there's no hope, or if I play under this, that's going to be a little bit too stagnant. Just find yourself ideal tempos and then like mark them into the score and practice them like that. And that'll help you to feel more consistent and grounded on what you're doing.
But basically the thing that makes it is it's got to be fast enough for the off the string stuff to work, which is this stuff. Or basically this. So let's go up one more notch. So what's that? Now, of course, I can't see it, but I think that says 144. So let's see. Now we're going to find out how much I'm rushing. Okay. Two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Two, three. Okay. Well, it was in the ballpark.
Yeah, that's the idea. Like, it'll get there. Like, it's just, yeah, like, nothing replaces the time spent with something. So, like, it's about choreography at this point, to make sure that you don't, like, choke up and, like, go faster than what you need to. Like, as soon as you can master yourself and your sense of tempo about it, everything else will kind of, like, fall in place.
All right, so now, just a sec. Let's just see. Okay, so the da-da-da-da-da-da. I mean, it was scary, but I got most of the notes. And then, but this, This is another thing where like it took me 30 seconds to write it, but it's going to take quite a while to actually learn how to play it. So this is the same thing. Okay, so what did my elbow do when I did that?
You're going.
It's better.
Yeah, you're going. It's your elbow's going too wide. Each string crossing is da da dee, like dee da dee. You need to condense your string crossings to make them closer together. Almost feel like you're crushing the intervals together rather than playing them as 1, 2, 3.
Crushing.
Dee da dee.
Oh, you mean da-da-da-da-da-da, like that?
Like, well, not rhythmically speaking. Just feel like. Yeah, I mean, like, okay, like, I keep pointing out to you what you're doing with your bow arm. You have this passage, it seems, memorized. Watch your bow arm. Like, watch your elbow. You'll see what you're doing. Okay, now you didn't do it, but before your elbow kept on going higher and higher. But, like, like, just condense your bow arm. Make your string crossings closer together.
Okay, so that's like the double slit experiment, where when you observe it, it changes the outcome.
Yeah, I mean, when you play the tape back, it'll be there, but...
Shit. S-bombs are okay, but F-bombs are not.
So wait, when you do the horn, is that like...
We're on for the, yeah. So I don't need to, the S bombs, only the F bombs.
Okay, but like when you do the horn, like, is it just so that way when you look back you can see like an audio spike?
Yeah, well, I can see myself honking this horn, and then I'm like, oh, that's where one of the F bombs was. And now I can move.
Oh.
And I can put that over the F.
Okay.
Okay, where were we?
Don't press, Matt. Matt, don't press.
I was trying to be soloistic.
I know, but soloistic does not mean pressing, right? Is that what you're translating soloistic to?
Well, apparently I am, which is a defective notion.
Yeah, don't do it. Just like condense, play into the string, but like let the string ring. Pressing it downwards is just going to make it sound very like, I don't know. It's just too harsh. It's just too harsh, and that's what'll make it crack. Like, don't go into the string. Allow it to vibrate on its own right. Don't make it.
Let it vibrate. Here we go again. Okay, well, let's go back a little bit. 2, 3.
Yeah, didn't that feel easier?
It felt way easier, and it also sounded way better.
Yeah, like...
But my end pin lost a half an inch while I was doing it, so that didn't help.
Resist the temptation of pressing. Like, it feels good because you feel like you're actually getting into it physically, but like it just makes the string go down and buzz side to side, because it's not... The string is meant to go this way or the other direction when ringing. Don't push it down and then to the side, because then the string's going to go like that, and then it's going to snap back, and that's the reason why it skids on the bow itself. And that's the reason why it'll sound like it snaps, so don't. And also, not to mention, if you play the string like this and you smack the bow down and the string goes up and down, more chances of it hitting the fingerboard. So that's what makes it sort of like have a stuck sound. Be careful.
All right.
We got 5 minutes.
Dare I try to do the whole 2 pages?
Do you want to do a different spot, or do you want to just exclusively do the last 2 pages?
Well, I guess we're just doing the last 2 pages because that's, I mean, well, I mean, there's all, well, of course, there's that, you know, let's stick in the last 2 pages because then we can say that this video is the last 2 pages video.
Okay, like I would say, start from the top of the take these last 2 pages wherever you start. Play this under tempo and tell yourself not to press and just play into the string and just go for maximum resonance. Don't worry about speed for right now. Axe the vibrato and just go for natural acoustic.
Oh, I gotta have a little bit of vibrato.
I'm going to permit you a shimmer, but like not your usual press and smear. Just a little vibrato. Poco.
Just let us shimmer. Let's all put on our shimmer hats.
Exactly.
No. Dang it. Okay. I feel so much shimmery already.
Okay, great.
Now we get 2 bars rest. Shimmery rests.
I mean, like, I'm not the one playing. How did it feel?
Well, it felt shimmery.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, when I say shimmery, I mean, like, it's not about, like, having an ethereal vibrato. It's more of just about, like, the vibrato serves the purpose of making a note better and more resonant rather than just some arbitrary thing that's put on top. Yeah, exactly. So, like, vibrato for the sake of keeping a note resonant, absolutely. In order just to put it on, I'm outing myself here. I don't try to use a ton of vibrato if I don't need it. Like, it should be something that ornaments what you're trying to do and complements the passage rather than just some sort of automatic that just happens. So, like, I mean, that sounded a lot better. What I was more concerned about, like, or what I was more trying to concentrate on is that your bowing was a lot more organized this time and didn't feel as crunchy and pressy. So, like, that's the goal that I want you to get to when you get to your final tempo area.
Well, that was kind of close to the final tempo.
Yeah, well, now you just gotta...
See, the thing is, I don't want it just to sound like an etude. I want to get to the point where it sounds beautiful, there's a lot of expression, and there's all kinds of great things happening besides the fact that I'm getting all the notes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, what makes you worry that it's going to come across as an etude?
Well, if it sounds like I'm struggling just to get the notes and you're waiting for me to mess up, then it sounds like an etude.
Okay, yeah, that's more of a mindset thing. I don't think people are going to hear you playing this and think that. It's more just about, like, you've got to control your tempo. That's the one thing that's that's what gets you, is your control of tempo. So settle your heart, just settle into the music rather than trying to constantly beat it. So like that'll make the difference between like the etude sound and an actual like performance. Don't be constantly driving and pushing. Stay in one place and it'll feel a lot better.
One saving grace is I was smart enough for this final variation to let most of the orchestral part is pretty thin. So like at X, all the orchestra does is bump, bump, da 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 bump. So basically, the soloist has total control of what the tempo is going to be. So that's good, and so. We'll see.
I mean, exactly. So
the other part about that, though, is that since it is really thinly orchestrated, the soloist has to really project the sound in himself through it. Otherwise, it sounds a little bit like the bottom fell out of the piece.
Yeah, but like, don't press. Make your like playing loud and playing resonantly are usually confused together. Like, don't try to play, like, if someone sees you trying to give it your all and just try to force the cello, they'll know, and your sound will actually shrink. If you just commit to the fact that you can try to make the best sound possible in the tempos prescribed, the cello will come through. You can't be constantly going for it. Like, looking at your score, you have 15 pages minus the title page, so that's 14 pages of playing. You can't force your way through every 14 pages of the 14 pages. Like, your arm is going to fall off. Like, play comfortably. And if the orchestra covers you, well, I mean, like, there's rehearsals for a reason. So that way you can tell them to pipe in or pipe down or get out of the way. But don't muscle your way through it. It's not going to be it might be a quick fix solution for some stuff, but long-term wise, it's not going to help you.
The words of Beecham. Pianissimo, you swine.
Pretty much. Exactly.
Oh, no, that's not what he says. He says, Dolce, you swine.
I'm sure everyone loved that.
All right. So
all right.
We're 1 minute past. I guess
that's okay.
Done. So,
all right. Well.
So next week, I promise we'll work on a different part of this piece.
All right. Sounds good.
Fantastic creations emerging spontaneously from the space of life. For the benefit of all beings everywhere. We gotta